Greetings. Today we're going to be discussing the Star Wars standalone Han Solo film and the trouble that it's in. The standalone anthology Han Solo movie just lost its directors, Lord Miller, best known for the Lego movie 21 and 22 Jump Street. It was going to be an interesting mix to see their humor with Star Wars and a young Han Solo. The split, like most, was said to be over creative differences. The insiders say that Kathleen Kennedy and Lord Miller never got off on the right foot. Their chemistry was never good. I'm sorry, but on a big project like Star Wars, how do you not have a set vision agreed upon with your directors, let alone have them filming already and then have this issue? I mean, you don't mess with a director's vision, otherwise you get something like a Highlander 2, which is good, but for all the bad reasons.
Greetings, Highlander.
She didn't even like the way they folded their socks. For one, who folds their socks? That's like making a pairing decision before you even know how you're going to feel that day. And second, Lord and Miller are coming off 3 big hits. They're very sought after directors, and all of a sudden you feel like you can't work with them when apparently they've only got 3 weeks left to shoot and then some scheduled reshoots later on in the summer. But it's like Josh Trank getting fired before they even started the Boba Fett standalone movie. Disney, make up your mind. Final quote. Kathy, her team, and Larry Kasdan have been doing it their way for a very long time. They know how the cheese is made, and that's how they want it made. It became a very polarizing set. You don't micromanage creativity, that's how you hinder the product. Now, Kasdan deserves a lot of credit for his script writing. He wrote Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. He even helped JJ with Episode 7. Okay, maybe he doesn't deserve credit for that. That's like copying your own work with a retread that was Force Awakens. The reason he worked with JJ was so he could have his passion project, a standalone Han Solo movie, a character he developed and made well. The report says Kennedy is looking for some indie directors to replace Lord Miller, but in the end not give them any creative control. That's gonna look great on your resume, guys. This is supposed to be a heist movie / western, much like the Marvel movies where Ant-Man was a heist movie and Captain America Winter Soldier was a spy espionage movie. They're trying to change all these Star Wars movies around so it's not just the same thing, which isn't a bad idea. But I mean, how do you not have your vision together with your directors? This just really boggles the mind. I mean, once they decide on a director, they gotta get on the same page as Kathleen, which is probably gonna be some extensive reshoots because if they didn't like what Lord Miller had done, and Lord and Miller have been shooting and are almost finished, there's a lot of stuff to go back and fix to get it the way they want it. All this has to happen so that they can get done in time for the release date of May 25th. Now, I get that the first Star Wars movie is done on May 25th, and then Empire the 21st, and then 25th again for Return of the Jedi, but they've been owning December. It's been great. The build of a year of anticipation for December Star Wars, but they want to give that up. Even though January is a dead month, so that's even more profit you're making because there's nothing else to see but Star Wars for the 3rd or 4th time. I mean, this has become a billion-dollar franchise and they're going to put it in May up against all these superhero movies. I don't think it's a smart move, but it's your choice. But then I got to thinking, maybe they just want to surrender December to James Cameron's Avatar movies and all the sequels that they're going to be of that. Hey, maybe we can get a Lord of the Rings sequel. I mean, I'd love to see what Aragorn does as a king. Forget the books, let's just make up original stories about it. People would go and watch it, it's Lord of the Rings, come on. Anywho, that's the troubling issue with this film. There's also a rumor that Ron Howard may come in and finish the film, which is a pretty solid director if you ask me. However, he was rumored for the Dark Tower series and that never happened. So since I haven't made a Star Wars video since Rogue One, let's get you caught up on this Han Solo movie and tell you where it takes place and who's in it. It's gonna be a prequel again. We're gonna follow young Han Solo. You can do the age math there when it takes place, because, you know, Harrison Ford ain't as spry as he used to be.
Get off my plane.
The cast, Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. It's been around a while, seems poised to pull it off, but honestly, an episode of Supernatural is all I've probably seen him in, as his movies haven't really caught my eye. Joining him in playing a mentor-type role for Han is Woody Harrelson, who, if you haven't noticed, has really become quite the actor over the last decade. Thandie Newton, most recently from Westworld's in it. Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. I hope she blends in seamlessly. She's probably going to be a love interest, but a scoundrel in her own right. And Donald Glover will be playing a young Lando Calrissian, and I don't think you could have casted better for this. I mean, he's probably going to do a terrific job, and if it's well received, probably see a standalone Lando movie down the road. Other than that, there's not much to tell you. I mean, you could probably look for spoilers and see some of the vehicles that are going to be in the movie. But we got episode 8 coming out, The Last Jedi, in December. And Disney's got its D3, which is their little Comic-Con just for Disney. We're probably going to get some Han Solo movie news in that, but I wouldn't expect much. They're probably going to shy away from it now. We should probably be talking about episode 8 and how it's going to be better than Force Awakens, because Rian Johnson's a pretty original director and JJ likes to mimic a lot of things. For more information and upcoming videos, check out our newly made Facebook page, Jefficho Films. And as always, thank you for watching.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us. We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works.